Okay, here we go. Welcome everyone to the Pantheon. I am Ray.
And I'm Evie.
And Evie, what are we looking at this week?
Loki.
That's right. We're looking at the last three episodes, episodes 4 through 6. This I'm kind of glad we broke it up into two. This one takes a completely different turn, whereas I think the first half focuses on the events after Endgame and explains what happened to him and him coming up to speed with what is taking place, because he is a time variant, a Loki that was taken in 2012, not the Endgame. So he gets to realize how he dies, and then like it's weird because he's self-aware of what his crimes are, what he's done, how he's killed off both his parents. And destroyed Ragnarok and brought destruction to the world. What he's done, he's able to see before he's actually done it, and live the consequences of his actions, and come face to face with his misgivings and his fears,
Right.
and owning up to it. And that was the first half. So this half, they're in Lamentis, which is like a planet that's about to face destruction, and he's sort of stuck on it, and then it goes from there. So give us your take on from that point on.
Okay, well, he meets a woman. I forget her name.
Let's call her Evie. I think it's Evie or something like that.
Evie. You know, he beats a woman, gets to know her and stuff, really likes her, and I guess through him or through her, he kind of figures out what he's done, you know, and he wants to, in my opinion, change his ways because he sees himself in her, you know, all he's done, and it seems like he regrets what he's done, and he wants to change his past. Teaches him, you know, he can be better than he is, and like change himself. What are your ideas?
Well, the good news is, I mean, it got picked up for a second season, so that's really exciting. Like you said, well, they're all Loki, so they're all him, which is kind of is really. It's such a bizarre concept that you have. It's like it's all him. It's multiple versions of himself if he was in this situation, and this is our first introduction to what we would call a multiverse. You know,
right? Yeah.
So this was an interesting take, and the guest stars in the last half are phenomenal. And I have to say, I'm really glad we stopped it at episode 3 and we were going for 4, because now we get some new Lokis, you know, like Richard E. Grant in the actual Loki corn costume, you know, and then you've got a couple other, an animal version of Loki, as well as a little boy version of Loki, along with Sylvia or Evie, sorry, as the female Loki. I just thought this was extraordinary. This was because it becomes more meta. If that makes sense to you. Like, this movie is very, very self-aware of itself, and the themes are just like it takes on the themes of what Endgame was about, time variant, and when you push that envelope. You're right. The special effects is really cool. It kind of reminds me of a Doctor Who kind of feel to it, the way it looked, like in terms of just the quality of the film. But the special effects are like really top notch. You know, it's really, you can see the money on the page, like on the screen for the series, and every episode was. It felt contained, but it was really, really, really well constructed. I like that. What did you think of the villain? Because the villain is introduced to us at the. Well, okay, no, I don't know. I don't know if I want to say if I. Yeah, we can say this. It's okay, because we're not going to. Well, first of all, let me ask you this: do you know who the villain is when it comes to when it's all said and done, when it's revealed? Do you have any idea who the villain is?
I don't actually. This is the first time of me seeing Loki, right? And his buddies and his and the people that he's come by. So yeah, no, I don't know that, to be honest with you.
Okay. And then, because you know, okay, so at the end, like the final episode where when it come when we're going to investigate the Time Lords, the ones who guard, like the actual gods that control time.
Okay.
So once we get into that once we open that door,
Mm,
the forces that be that control time,
mm,
because that's a really big, you know, next level blows your mind type scenario. Uh,
right. Yeah.
are you? This is really hard because are you aware of the level of like complexities of this show, like in terms of what you're seeing?
Oh, definitely, definitely. If you do something, it could just change everything,
Mhm.
right? Rather than things just going along. People they actually um, have an effect on what can happen.
Mhm. Mhm.
You can change this, I can change that. You know, so we have a responsibility on who we deal with. You know, yeah, whatever can happen is very important and can change things for life.
Right. No, I agree. Actually, that's actually very insightful, very impactful. I would not have said that, but that's a really good answer, actually.
Okay.
No, it's more than I would have thought of. So no, it's really good. Uh, I thought this was really great in the sense that I could not guess from the trailer of seeing the series when it was first promoted and knowing what the series is. I was impressed every single episode. Every single episode, it was only 6 episodes. Every episode surprised me more. Every episode exceeded my expectations. Even though I went into this with zero expectations, I was pleasantly surprised. We get a cameo of Lady Sith in the series, so I just thought it's uh, it's just the idea of him, like, because he's the god of mischief, him coming to grips with his past sins, and
Mhm,
he's being is you get the theory, you get a theory of purgatory within
mhm.
this series, which is a
Yeah.
wonderful concept of like torture, I think. uh, uh without, I'm not even trying to give it away. I'm just trying to think, how do I even articulate how to say what this movie's about, or the series is about.
Mm.
In one, if you could do an IMDb summary without reading IMDb, how would you even refer to this series as? Like, how would you pitch this show to somebody as?
Um, just that you gotta be good or else something will happen.
I love it.
Like it's all responsibility, be good
Mhm.
or else.
Yeah,
Anyway, and that always scared me as a kid.
yeah,
Be
yeah,
good
yeah.
or else.
Yeah.
Anyway, I shouldn't laugh, but anyway,
Well, no,
yeah, interesting.
yeah, no, that's one thing. That's one serious thing about it. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, yeah. And I again, the science, or the theological science behind
Mm,
time and time variance,
yeah.
everything, it all makes sense, and everything about it is logical. So
Mm,
that's why I like this. I like this show because I couldn't. Yeah, you can't, even if you looked hard to find faults in it. It was such a beautiful, like, well crafted show. It's
yeah.
great, and it's only 6 shows, and it ends really fast. It makes you want more. Um,
Mm,
the big bad here is said to be more menacing or scary or
mm,
more dangerous than Thanos. I think that's the case. That's very true.
mm,
And this rabbit hole that you're going down is really deep, and everything you know going into it,
mm.
it puts it on its head. And I love that all 6 episodes. It's just transformative. Yeah. And if you want to know about our show, check out our website at www.pantheonofm.com. It's also like a philosophical existentialism, but
Mhm.
check it out. You'll never know. So on that note, Evie, I want to say thank you, and we'll see you next week. Take care.